Our discussion this morning will be centering on petrol prices, one issue that has become a major controversy in the last couple of weeks. It's one price today, it's another tomorrow. Something else comes up and the dynamics changes immediately, and that has continued to put Nigerians on the edge. There are so much happening on the background. There are supposed planned conversations between the independent petroleum marketers and the biggest refinery in the country, private refinery, I dare say, Dangote refinery, over negotiations on direct purchase and prices that Nigerians are really hoping would impact the prices at the retail point. That exactly has not happened. There have been all kinds of stakeholders engagement on what we can do to stabilize petrol prices in Nigeria at a rate that will benefit the average Nigerians. We saw the inflation numbers yesterday, completely driven by the hike in fuel prices. We are seeing cost of foods on the reversal again, on the upward trend, I mean to say. Core inflations also on the upward trend, largely because of the multiplier effect of the cost of energy. And this morning, to do justice to all of these ancillary issues that borders on the energy security in Nigeria, we have in the studio Dr. Gillis-Harry, who is the National President, Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron. Dr. Gillis is also the chairman of the board of trustees of the South-South Chambers of Commerce. I dare to say we have a man who wears different caps, but all of them fitting into our conversations this morning. Good morning, and it's a pleasure to have you again.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Billy Gillis-Harry.
Oh, okay. Gillis-Harry. Yes. I beg your pardon. And thank you for joining us in the studio.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good morning, Nigeria.
Thank you. The Nigerian situation has, with the average Nigerian, I dare to say, just to create that distinction, has been one of disillusionment. 1 minute, the conversation was about the moment we have the Dangote refinery, it will be uhuru for us because we probably will have products here cheaper than what we were buying before, and that could make life better. And at the point where the refinery started producing, there were all kinds of developments in the polity. Prices shot up by 240 naira before his product would even touch the market. And when it happened, there were controversy around how they bought crude stocks, the WTI crude stocks for international prices, and therefore cannot offer anything less than what they bought and how much it took them to refine and all of that. Give us a sense of what is happening in the petroleum, especially in the petrol retail space. Why is it difficult for us to be able to arrive at a price that appears, acceptable to Nigerians right now?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me in your studio today. I really feel the pain of all of us Nigerians, and I do present, a heart full of expectation for hope, and encourage all of us to just look out for the best answers to what is challenging Nigeria today. I think that petrol pricing and petrol product availability are key issues, and as retail outlet owners, our mandate and our covenant with Nigerians is to ensure that we deepen the petroleum product distribution network, ensure that there is efficiency therein, and also try as much as we can to be sure that the specifications that we supply from our retail outlets are exactly those that were approved by NMDPRA, the regulator in the industry. Yeah. And of course, we are not importers. We also don't own refineries. So as retail outlet owners, we depend on different sources of how products can be, made available for use by Nigerians. We are very much aware that PMS is a major catalyst to growing our economy today, because our energy sector is dependent so much on this particular product. Yes, it is true that our expectations were very high with Dangote refinery making its debut. We as retail outlet owners are very proud that we have an entrepreneur of the caliber of Aliko Dangote and his team that has worked so hard to give Nigerians and indeed Africa one of our greatest pride. But I believe that we're still in teething stages. And in teething stages there'll be so much moving parts, and in no distant time they will all crystallize into process that we can be able to determine this factor leads to this and this factor leads to that. But until that is done, it's not just going to be
a walk in the park.
Just a walk in the park. So for us as retail outlet owners, we're committed and we're doing the best we can. We're trying to source product from NNPC. We are committed to work with Dangote refinery. We are committed to work with all the NNPC refineries when and if they come on stream. We are also working with the modular refinery owners who have products, and we are actually the most critical last mile in the industry. And we work with everybody that has something to offer. So as it is today, prices are not stable yet. And I will hate to be the advocate of the true values of a PMS today. Is draining our economy because the size of subsidy we're paying is so heavy, and we do not even have the money. We are not working it to pay. We have to borrow to pay for subsidy, and only subsidy for one product, PMS. And yet we have so much different challenges.
Nigerians would want to argue slightly different with all these claims around payment of subsidy, which has not translated to product availability. I mean, the queues have been there forever. It has not translated to cheaper prices, and so the question really is: at the current rates, is there really a subsidy within this value chain?
Well, it's difficult for me to say because I'm a businessman and I'm leading a community of businessmen. We are not in the administrative strata of any of these. But what we do know is that if the government comes out to tell us that they are paying subsidy, or they are trying to do under recovery, or in whatever other names that is referred to, we do not have any means of going to challenge it unless we have empirical evidence. So we find it difficult to make committed statements in that. And Petrol is known for just looking for facts, and facts that will make a difference in what we can do to assuage the temperature of the season. We want to encourage Nigerians to just be patient, and we are working around the clock ourselves, and we've come to the point where we feel that we should also put on the table some values that will help the government's policies to ensure that our energy security is safe and sound.
All right, talking about, you said Nigerians should be patient, and you said the retail, you are working around the clock. But one thing Nigerians are looking forward to is transparency and openness. And Nigerians have complained severally at how opaque the sector is. They're not being transparent enough on the prices of petrol. Nigerians are asking questions. So at this point, how transparent do you think the retail outlets, NNPC or Dangote are with the prices, and what recommendations would you give in terms of open up more to Nigerians, let them know what the real prices are, let them know why they are buying petrol at the amount at which they are buying for, and what exactly is costing it. How much is Dangote selling to marketers? Why are we seeing these prices out there? Nigerians are asking questions.
Well, thanks for being very straightforward. The question is, it's easy to understand it and answer. What you're looking for is what can be done. Petrol, like I said, will do everything within our power to ensure that petroleum product, anywhere we can source it, is available in the retail outlets. But that's the only place you can be able to get any kind of petroleum product to service your cars, your trucks, your generators, whatever. As far as transparency is concerned, Petron has been very transparent. We buy product for X amount, we say we bought product for X amount. And we sell for X amount in this location, that location, that location, for reasons that are very clear. And why do we do that? Because we are the ones that suffer the last. When fuel is bought from a retail outlet by some very senior person in the society, whether we brought the fuel in the country or not, if something gets wrong with that car, we get into trouble with those people. So we are determined to make sure that our processes are very transparent in such a way that nobody can, accuse us of anything. Once we get a particular price from a source, we try to make it clear. And where do we get product from? We get from NNPC. We get from depots that have products that can sell us. We also are looking forward to getting products from Dangote refinery. We're also looking to get products from the NNPC refineries that are undergoing refurbishment and hopefully coming on stream. We get products from the modular refineries. Those are products that they can provide. Most modular refineries don't provide PMS. So for us, I can speak for us that we're transparent. And we intend to be more transparent in the coming days. And so we're trying to develop effective technologies. We started trying with a technology called 3P. We have dropped the 3P. We have moved into a new and advanced technology called Primis. So Primis is going to be able to help even you in your studio. You can see what our retail outlet owners are having in various stations and the cost of landing and what we're selling, because we are not actually making so much profit. We're just barely making profit to pay for cost of money, pay overheads, and then be ready to go to another circle of business.
Interesting. Talking about the need to open a bit more, in the last couple of days, the media has been awash with anticipation around a supposed conversation between the Dangote refinery and stakeholders like yourself to now enable a direct purchase from them, and especially because we are hoping that with a middleman gone, that could impact on the margins a little. What can you tell us about that expectation?
Well, the expectation is right, and it should be expected. We should have a very deepened conversation with the Dangote refinery. As it is today, Petron started the advocacy for selling crude in Naira. And we worked our dynamics as to why selling crude in Naira will do, for Nigerians, do for the Nigerian Naira, and also do for the prices that has been anticipated. But as usual, these are not, just refrigerators you just switch on and open and start. They go through a lot of processes, bureaucratic processes, technical processes, and we're not there yet. As Petron, we have made our desire to work with Dangote known to the company, and we are waiting for that required business conversation that should keep us moving. We are ready to work with them. We have quite a large number of members that are willing and ready to buy petroleum products from Dangote and deliver. But also don't forget that we are talking about nationwide petroleum product, especially PMS availability. And we are talking about a refinery that is situated in Lagos. So obviously there's going to be massive logistic reasoning and computations that must have to come out, because you have to take product from that location to Soku.
But have you got any kind of response to suggest that this interest is mutual? and that they are willing to start this conversation?
No, it's mutual. Dangote has been in communication with Petrol, and they have exhibited very clear desire also to work with us. But like I said, there's been those moving parts. NNPC is a middleman, now NNPC is not, and even that the facts are still not very clear, to me as the national president, and also to my members. Luckily our secretariat is just behind you now, so it really creates quite a lot of opportunity to be able to ensure that you understand exactly what's going on. Dangote refinery is not going to refine the product and drink it. They're going to sell it, and it will enter into the market. And with the kind of patriotic zeal, I've heard the chief executive, Aliko Dangote himself, talk about what that refinery will do. They certainly want Nigerians to have products. And we are in written communication with them, not verbal. And also verbally, we are communicating with them.
All right.
They are working out the process on how we can be able to work. Out about 1 a.m. This morning, I was briefed, that there was some meeting, but I don't have the details, and I don't know what it is about. But if that meeting went on, then it means that the opening of the space for all of us, the stakeholders, major marketers, depot marketers, independent marketers, Petron, is already, set to roll. So, but I think it should still be given some time for clarification, let it crystal properly, and, come down to the table so that when we talk about issues, they will not be speculative. I find it difficult to understand the kind of social media opinions, that are bandied. There are facts. A refinery has been built. It took so many years to build. It started producing. The production process also still has some, element of regulation. And then the selling process also has some element of regulation. So we'll get there. But we are very certain that Dangote Refinery will deal with Petron, and it will deal with other stakeholders, and we'll be able to deliver petroleum products from Dangote Refinery but like I said, that Dangote Refinery is going to start selling product to Petron for us to deliver. Now, there are still other things that we have to calculate. Logistics, time to deliver. We're talking about our roads that are not really in good shape. We do not have an efficient rail line that's going to communicate, convey petroleum products from there to different areas. So these are some of the things that when we meet with Dangote, we'll be very happy to discuss with them. But all the other internal workings of pricing or those, I don't think they should really be a public issue with the organization, because they are a private company and they have their business rules and how they're going to be able to run their business profitably. They are not charity. Okay, and this refinery is also situated in an export processing zone.
True.
So they have, dual responsibility, and because they are also now going to start buying crude in Nigerian naira, there's a local consumption obligation that may come in, or that should come in with those rules. So what I can assure all of us is that the future is not as gloom as it's been painted from several corners. And Dangote is not really so much shrouded in the kind of secrecy that is being banded.
All right.
I'd like to say that your optimism is infectious, but whether it goes beyond this studio, I don't know. But we can latch on to that optimism that the future is not as bleak as we think. Nigerians are just tired and hope that some of this positive will start crystallizing almost immediately. But thank you very much for finding time to be with us in the studio, Dr. Gillis-Harry. I hope this time I got it correct. Gillis-Harry, who is the national president of Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, as well as the chairman board of trustees, South Chamber of Commerce and Industry. That part of his portfolio we didn't dwell on this conversation, but like he said, he's now close to us. We will find time to bring him to the studio again and discuss the general business climate as it borders on the area where you have supervision over. Thank you very much for finding time to stop by.
Thank you so much. And I encourage you to keep encouraging all of us in the news, because at the end of the day, this is our country.
Absolutely.
And we have really nowhere to run to.
True.
Regardless what type of passport you have,
Absolutely.
the level of respect and honor you have.
That's right.
In our country. So we must all work together to
True.
grow our economy.
And we are open and always ready to provide that partnership.